You are not weak because you chose to be. You are weak because weakness was made extremely comfortable, and comfort, delivered consistently enough, becomes a craving. That craving is now running your life. Segment 1. Think about what your average day actually looks like. You wake up and immediately reach for your phone. Before your brain is even fully conscious, it is already consuming. Notifications, reels, opinions, outrage, entertainment. All of it designed by engineers whose only job is to keep you passive and returning. This is not an accident. Every platform you use has a dedicated team studying your behavior. They know exactly when you disengage. They adjust to pull you back. You are not scrolling. You are being scrolled. The average man spends over 4 hours daily on his phone. 4 hours that belong to no goal, no plan, no future version of himself. 4 hours of pure neurological sedation. And here is what that does over time. Your brain starts to associate effort with discomfort and passivity with reward. Every time you chose the screen over the task, you reinforced that association. You did it yesterday. You did it last week. You have been doing it for years. The rewiring did not happen overnight. It happened one small choice at a time. Each choice felt meaningless. Together, they built a version of you that flinches at difficulty. Segment 2. Here's the part nobody examines honestly. Weakness does not feel like weakness when you are inside it. It feels like rest. It feels like deserving a break. It feels like being realistic. You tell yourself you will start tomorrow. You tell yourself you are tired from a hard week. You tell yourself the timing is not right. None of those thoughts feel like excuses. They feel like logic. That is the trap. Your brain has become fluent in the language of delay. It generates reasons before you even finish forming the intention. Want to save money? Your brain immediately surfaces why this month is different. Want to exercise? Your brain immediately calculates why today is not the right day. Want to build something? Your brain immediately reminds you of everyone who failed. This is not intelligence. This is a protection mechanism that has been overfed. Your brain is supposed to conserve energy. That is its biological job. But you have trained it to conserve energy even when the stakes are your entire life. The man who cannot override that mechanism does not get to build the life he wants. He gets to explain why he did not. Segment 3. You need to understand something clearly. Your weakness is profitable, not for you, for everyone around you. When you are distracted, you consume more. When you are insecure, you buy things to compensate. When you are bored, you need entertainment to fill the gap. When you are financially desperate, you make impulsive decisions that cost more long-term. Every industry built around convenience is built on the assumption that you will not resist fast food, fast fashion, fast credit, fast entertainment. None of it is designed to strengthen you. All of it is designed to keep you returning in the same condition you arrived. The system does not need you ambitious. It needs you comfortable enough to keep spending. Ambitious men build things. Comfortable men consume things. Builders are harder to sell to. Consumers are the entire business model. You were not born a consumer. You were conditioned into one through years of frictionless access to everything that weakens you. And the conditioning worked. Look at your habits and tell me it did not. Segment 4. You already know this affects your finances. That is obvious. But the cost goes further than your bank account. It costs you your confidence. Every time you said you would do something and did not, you registered that. Your brain keeps score even when you pretend it does not. Each broken commitment to yourself quietly reduces how much you trust yourself. And a man who does not trust himself cannot make bold decisions. He second guesses. He delays. He asks for opinions he never follows. It costs you your identity. You started with an image of who you were becoming. That image has been slowly replaced by whoever the path of least resistance produces. Those are two completely different men. One was chosen, one was defaulted into. Most men are living the defaulted version, without realizing the original one is still possible. It costs you your options. Options in life are not given. They are built. Every disciplined action you take quietly expands what is available to you. Every weak choice quietly narrows it. You do not feel the narrowing in real time. You feel it years later, when you realize the window has closed on something you wanted. And no amount of motivation in that moment recovers the time spent craving comfort. Segment 5. Understand this clearly. You cannot think your way out of a behavioral pattern. Reading about discipline does not create discipline. Watching content about strength does not build strength. At some point, the information has to stop and the action has to start. The reversal begins with one specific move. Choose difficulty on purpose. Not massive difficulty, not a dramatic life overhaul. 1 moment per day where you override the comfortable option. Your brain built the weakness habit through repetition. You reverse it through repetition in the opposite direction. The first override feels enormous. The second feels hard. The 10th feels normal. By the 30th, you have begun to rewire the association. Effort starts connecting to reward. Discomfort starts connecting to progress. But only if you stay in it long enough for the new pattern to form. Most men do not. They try for a week and return to comfort because the results are not visible yet. Results are never visible in the first week. They are visible in the first year, but only to the men who did not quit in the first week. Discipline is not a personality trait you either have or do not. It is a practiced response to discomfort. You practice it or you do not. There is no third option. Segment 6. Here is what this ultimately comes down to. Not your habits, not your income, not your circumstances, your identity. The man you believe yourself to be determines every decision you make before you make it. If you believe you are someone who struggles with discipline, you will find evidence for that everywhere. If you decide you are someone who does the hard thing regardless of feeling, your behavior will follow. Identity is not discovered. It is decided and then defended through action. You do not find out who you are. You choose it. Then you prove it repeatedly until it becomes true. The rewiring worked on you because you never consciously decided who you were. You absorbed an identity from your environment, your peers, your feed, your comfort zones. That identity was designed by people who needed you passive. Decide differently. Then act on the decision before the feeling catches up. The feeling will not come first. It never does. Action comes first. The identity follows. Your brain did not betray you. It adapted to exactly what you fed it. The question is not whether you were rewired. The question is whether you are going to do anything about it or just consume one more piece of content about the man you could have been.